leads into that feeling. We no longer are laboring under Pam Bondi. I'm not sure you can find anybody less ethical than Pam Bondi to head up the Department of Justice, though I am sure Donald Trump will try. So, what are your views now about Bondi being fired, where we might end up, and then what is Bondi now susceptible to by way of ethics investigations down in Florida?
Let me say, I agree with you. Pam Bondi has been a disgrace to the American people. Her legacy in the Department of Justice is going to be marked by some of the most cruel and inhumane actions, let alone some of the most corrupt actions, and then the very attacks on the legal profession. So I'm not shedding a tear that Pam Bondi is out, but we also need to see this for what it is, which is that the White House is in damage control mode. They were very nervous that Pam Bondi was being called to Capitol Hill to have to account for what was going on, both at the Epstein files. They're frustrated that the Department of Justice continues to lose in court. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna fault all the lawyers in that situation when the administration continues to do things that are blatantly unlawful. It doesn't matter who your lawyers are, you're going to lose in court, and they're frustrated around that. And so, Todd Blanche, who has been appointed as acting, is no better in terms of what we've seen him preside over. So I think we need to be very clear-eyed about this. It is a good thing that Pam Bondi is not the attorney general anymore, and it shows you that the administration is facing more and more setbacks from this agenda. And at the same time, as you said, the president is not interested in the Department of Justice functioning with integrity, functioning as it has, protecting the American people. And so for Democracy Forward, we're going to still, be in court until we see a sea change, which I don't know that we'll see until the elections. One thing and takeaway that I had from the Bondi announcement yesterday, and I was at a law school, I was actually speaking to some law students right after the announcement came out. But, the president and Bondi really intimidated the legal profession. And there were many law firms, as we know, that felt that they needed to stay in the good graces of Pam Bondi and the president and capitulated. And then, of course, there have been the firms that haven't, and the lawyers, like the lawyers on our team and in so many places and in the state AG's offices, have been on the front lines every single day. I hope this departure of Bondi helps people within the legal profession take a real look.
If you can't read your phone up close and watch TV from across the room with the same pair of glasses,